places are richer in tradition, more steeped in nostalgia than this old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, and the scarlet and gray have this place rocking already. Today, a Big Ten clash, and you know when you square off against a conference opponent, the blood boils a little hotter. As we'll see, the Washington Huskies taking on the 6th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Rich Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. Washington likely to try to boot it deep to get things started. He'll start the return inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. And they're led out there by a man who will carry the ball plenty in this one, guys.
Well, it's real simple. He's the best player on their team. They have got to force-feed this guy the football, David.
No doubt about it. The offense goes through him. Excited to see how they've built this offense and how many different ways they can get him touches.
The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast, win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference play. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference this year, but it all starts today.
The Huskies offense will go to work for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He felt the heat, trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Catches it at the 15. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm. Got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here, Tom.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
This guy makes it look easy, just like a lot of recent Ohio State quarterbacks.
You're watched by these guys. I mean, whether it's C.J. Stroud, Justin Fields, I mean, we can keep going back year after year. They always got a really good signal caller that you can really depend on to make big plays.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Quick pass on the fly motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
To the air, it's Nolan. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback and wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that run.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. You got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Grabbed behind the line, it's Griffin. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on 2nd and long from the 23. He's looking to throw. He's got him in the flat. They get him down after he makes the catch. Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. How in the world did the offense retain possession? Washington sends out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the coverage team down there to touch the ball. No return on this play.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. So the offense keeps this drive alive thanks to the roughing the punter penalty. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker was a heat-seeking missile, and the heat that he sought was the ball carry.
Great job, great feel. Linebackers are making all the calls in the defense and understanding when I need to come through that gap and come through with bad intention. Those guys are usually 245 pounds of heat-seeking missile.
Off the bootleg and rolling out. Right down the middle. A strike downfield. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line.
That's a really good-looking throw right there, and that was a tight spiral, too. You guys remember the great Washington Husky quarterback, Warren Moon? I don't think anybody threw a more pretty ball.
Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, and making a big play.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's incompletion, they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that and start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? Trying the left side. Can't get him to the ground. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here.
Well, they're going with a run-pass option. Look, they're trying to get that first down. They hand it off, just not able to get it. It was a nice effort by the back, but ultimately now forcing 4th and short. And if I'm on offense, I think I'm staying on the field and going for this again.
Try to get it on the ground. On the move at the 30. Oh, look out. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary.
7, Washington, 0.
They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt. They're in the hurry up.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Running play to the left here, looking for the end zone. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Turning to the running game here on 3rd and goal. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
A field goal here would make it a 2-possession game, but they elect to leave the offense on the... Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State.
One thing this team has shown early this year is not take them long to find their footing. They get off to fast starts. That was critical for them, winning their first game, and you've seen it here in this one too. There's no sleepwalking. I think you got to give this coaching staff a ton of credit for putting their players in good positions to have success.
And no chance at a return here. At their own 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So Palmer...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making a play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D-linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a game wrecker.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be.
And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He gets a block. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. And the offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, and it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Georgia Tech went into hostile territory and came away with a convincing victory. The Yellow Jackets always seem to get everyone's best punch, but today they were the ones who delivered the knockout. It's one game, you don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab down the left side. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Washington!
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this guy. You can tell they've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up. These guys
He's going to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. He had the speedster loose, and he just couldn't connect. Just a little too much juice on the pass.
Yeah, God, those ones that you got a guy wide open, a lot of times quarterbacks will tell you that those are the ones you kind of, like, I don't want to mess this up, and you either put way too little on it or, in this case, way too much on it and overthrow the speedster.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. still running. Running wide open down the gut of the field. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And the extra point is good. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
And the Huskies want to move quickly. He's back to throw on second down. And he intercepts it. Taking it the other way. At the 30. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
Not only did they get the interception, but they're able to get a huge return. Remember, this team practices this all week, right? Once they get the interception.
And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Buckeyes. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
35, Washington, 7.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant.
And they got him for the sack. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Timeout call by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They come to the line facing third and long from the 25. Give to the back. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quickly complete. And it took the defense a bit to get a handle on him. A little slippery with all those juke moves. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has a second down play. He's looking to throw. Finds his man. It's Robinson. They'll mark him down right there, and that'll be enough for a Washington first down.
That's a first down for the offense.
He's going to pass. Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
In the last couple weeks, man, you're getting a lot of consistency from this QB. And you got to love it as a play caller, man. You can drop him back. You can throw the ball a ton. You can trust him, getting the ball to different wide receivers. He's really in a good groove the last couple games.
Discards a man. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. Looking to go up top on first down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Dialing up the second down pass play. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield. This will likely be the last play of the half. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Defense was swarming around this quarterback, and he never had a chance to get it off, and down he goes, and we will head to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you?
And the Buckeyes will kick it off to start the second half. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30. Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. Not a lot of room on the return, but he'd already got the most important thing, the ball, and they have it at the 46. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Looking for space, it's Burns. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Little touch pass to the receiver. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. The Buckeyes in the hurry-up.
Yeah, way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job. Nice play call by the offense.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark.
Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the stomping has commenced.
And another good touchdown drive by this offense. How about the start to the season? Blowout win in game 1. Blowout win looking like in game 2. This unit's clicking. They're looking like a team that will be reckoned with when the playoffs start late in the year.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Syracuse is going to walk off the field there inside the Dome with a much-needed victory. They had this one circled on the calendars for some time, and regardless the score, that W has to feel good. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
Still running at the 40. Got a lot of running room. Running inside the 20. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense. 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost, trying to defend their own end zone. Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And defense nowadays, they don't look at stats of what is the yards per rush. They look at how many negative plays they can create. Because why? Now you look at second down, man, it just became very predictable for this offense. Nice job creating the loss on first down.
Knocked down after a gain of 1. They'll mark it at the 6.
All right, so now you're in this third down situation close to the goal line, and it just feels, David, like they're going to have to throw the football in order to score a touchdown here. I like maybe trying to get the quarterback outside on the perimeter.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. And they're going to head out the lineup for a field goal. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And the field goal was good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. They'll go to the ground. Just ran over it. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. Just steamrolling his way through. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
At the 45 on his way. And there they go again with another huge gain on the ground. He's finally run out of bounds.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead. And now, when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Trying to pound their way forward, he picks up a couple to the 31.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
They get him on the ground after he gets enough to move the sticks. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the punishment has been extended. A lot of glorious days in the history of the Buckeyes, and this might put this guy right at the top of the list for a single game.
And that list of names is incredible. Like, we could go down the list of so many guys that have been such great playmakers, so dynamic. So to think about putting yourself in that category, we're going to be talking about winning trophies and this guy being an All-American by season's end.
And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, David.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll run play action. They're bringing heat. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Third down conversion's always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Now they'll run the draw. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Washington sends out the punt team.
It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now. Nothing has gone your way, and when you're down this much, I think the running game is used sporadically, not as a staple. Let's throw this football around and see what can happen.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Looking for a man. It's Nolan. At the 40, there he goes. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And that would be the definition of first down success. Putting yourself in a good position. It's 2nd and inches. I can do whatever I want next. I can take a shot down the field. I can run the football and get a new set of downs. Like, nice first down execution.
And guys, this can be a great time to look for a big play on 2nd and inches. He's loose. Got enough space. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beatdown has ensued.
This has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Huskies have it back, trying to make this defense bow down to Washington. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
We just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
If I had told you that one of the best quarterbacks in all of college football was going to have less than 200 yards passing in this game, you might not have had that on your bingo card, but that's what's in fact happened. This defense has done an outstanding job getting pressure on him like they did right there getting the sack.
Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down. The Huskies will be forced to boot it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll put it in play from the 36 for the first play of the drive. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. On the run, it's Drake. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards a pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
They'll give it to the back. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the route is on.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conserved, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Washington, 10.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. And Washington is ready to go back on the attack. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a man on the right. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his position.
And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Well, the tight end shows off his speed. See his ability there to separate from the defender trying to cover him on that drag route.
After the 1st down completion, it's 2nd and short. He'll just keep slinging it. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And this has been one of those days you want to forget. I mean, you're getting drunk. There's no other way to put it. It's been a bad day. I'm trying to put a drive together here, maybe to just get some kind of momentum, something positive, maybe something in the locker room we can talk about that didn't go wrong.
He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This Washington offense moving quickly down the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now 2nd down. DB's right up on the receivers. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Quick completion on the out route. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw in that out route.
Pickup of 1. It's down at the 11. 2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a 1st without scoring. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Trying to get rid of it. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Looking to the end zone. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. But they still do count it for 6.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way the coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock?
And the quarterback will be forced out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him a sack.
This D coordinator, man, he will take sacks any way he can get them. They weren't able to get it right off the bat, but tremendous job pursuing. Nice speed. Everybody keeping their eye on the QB. They're able to force him out of bounds and create that negative play.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of a spot.
Short fields make successful offenses just what they want here. He wants to throw. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence.
And he feels the heat coming, and it burns him up. Another sack.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on. And now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field. And man,
and wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. That is coverage just the way you draw it up. Don't even let him get started, and they knock him down deep in his own end. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now the chance to take a knee and just put the finishing touches on this victory.
Yeah, and this offense has done their job, man. They've been so productive, built the lead. Listen, their defense has pulled their weight as well. But now, Jesse, you get to exhale, you get to breathe, and you know we got the W, and we played well.
And we got to think about where we're taking our girlfriend and parents for dinner, right? What side are we ordering with our giant steak? We've earned it in this game. Now it's time to go celebrate.
Some breathing room would be nice for this offense. 2nd and 2 from the 18. To the air, it's Nolan. He lobs one high down the left side. It's complete. A huge pickup. He's running free down the middle. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the pummeling has started.
Man, you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
And they tacked on the extra point. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Washington, 17.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And he was looking over the middle and couldn't make the connection.
Man, this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game.
Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Yeah, that's a really nice game. It just would have been really nice to see this from this offense earlier. Now you're getting to the point where there's a couple of thought processes. Do I build momentum for next week? Do I try to get this offense, the ground game clicking, or do I throw the football every play and try to make this football game close?
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. They won the game today.